All right, Commanders fans, let's get right into this one. Before we dive into the big story from Week 1, let me say something that's become the theme of this team under Dan Quinn and Adam Peters. Washington is not standing still. Every single day, this organization is finding ways to sharpen, to improve, to prepare for those big moments in January. And that's why this season already feels different. If you believe in this team's journey, and if you're ready to ride with us all the way, make sure you hit that like button right now. It helps Commanders HQ keep growing, and it shows the rest of the league that Washington fans are behind their team 100%. Now, on to the news. The Washington Commanders just spoiled Russell Wilson's debut with the New York Giants in dominating fashion. A 21-6 victory to open the season, and folks, it wasn't even that close. The Commanders entered Week 1 with all the noise of an offseason where expectations skyrocketed. Coming off an NFC Championship game appearance, the big question was simple. Could Jaden Daniels and this roster avoid the so-called sophomore slump and prove they belong among the NFL elite? On the other sideline, you had Russell Wilson, making his first start for the Giants, trying to prove he's still got gas left in the tank. Many analysts build this game as a potential trap for Washington. New-look Giants, division rivalry, Week 1 unpredictability. But instead, what we saw was a statement game. Washington controlled the tempo, dominated both sides of the ball, and never once trailed. Let's talk about the man of the hour, Jaden Daniels. The reigning Offensive Rookie of the Year picked up right where he left off, throwing for 233 yards, rushing for 68 more, and accounting for a touchdown through the air. He looked composed, confident, and in total control of Cliff Kingsbury's offense. The second drive of the game said it all. Daniels went 4 for 4 on the series, showing poise in the pocket, using his legs when necessary, and capping it with a pinpoint 7-yard touchdown strike to Zach Ertz. That's not just execution, that's leadership. And fans, let's be real, his mobility is a cheat code. Every time the Giants thought they had him bottled up, Daniels slipped out, extended plays, and broke their back on critical downs. That's why you build around a quarterback like this. Now, how about the debut of Debo Samuel in burgundy and gold? What a sight. 7 catches for 77 yards, plus a 19-yard touchdown run on an end-around that electrified the crowd. The chemistry between Daniels and Samuel is already obvious. Remember, much of training camp was about building timing between the two, while Terry McLaurin dealt with contract frustrations. That extra time together is paying off. If Samuel stays healthy, this duo could become one of the most dangerous QB-WR tandems in the league. And once McLaurin gets fully up to speed, defenses are going to have nightmares trying to cover them all. The other headline here is Washington's running game looks legit. Rookie Ja'Cory Krusky-Merritt ran for 82 yards and a touchdown on just 10 carries. Add in Austin Eckler's steady contributions, plus Daniels' own rushing totals, and the Commanders finished with 220 rushing yards as a team. This balance is everything. It forces defenses to pick their poison. Do you load up the box to stop Krusky-Merritt and Eckler? Or do you drop into coverage to contain Daniels' arm and Samuel's explosiveness? Either way, you're wrong. Let's give credit to Joe Witt Jr.'s defense too. They held the Giants to just 231 total yards and kept them out of the end zone all night. Russell Wilson completed just 17 of 37 passes and looked frustrated from start to finish. Even when the Giants threatened late, driving inside Washington's 5-yard line, the defense stood tall. They turned them over on downs, slamming the door shut in emphatic fashion. And let's not overlook the physicality. The Commanders' front 7 looked relentless, forcing Wilson into rush throws and limiting his impact on the ground. Malik Nabers had a few nice grabs, but overall, Washington dictated everything. Now let's zoom back in on Jaden Daniels, because his performance deserves a closer look. Here are 5 key takeaways from his Week 1 showing. Number 1, Tempo King. Daniels thrived in the no-huddle offense, showing total command and keeping the Giants' defense on its heels. When he plays fast, good luck stopping him. Number 2, first half control. He threw for 152 yards and a touchdown before halftime, while also adding 40 rushing yards. That kind of balance makes him a nightmare to prepare for. Number 3, connection with Debo. The timing with Samuel already feels natural. Once Terry McLaurin fully reintegrates, Washington's passing attack could be unstoppable. Number 4, mobility as a weapon. Daniels isn't just a passer. His 68 rushing yards proved he can beat defenses with his legs when necessary. He's learned when to slide, when to scramble, and when to stay in the pocket. Number 5, clutch factor. At no point did he look rattled. Even in pressure moments, Daniels delivered. That calm under fire is exactly why this team believes he can lead them all the way. So what does this victory tell us? A couple things. First, Washington avoided the dreaded slow start. Good teams sometimes stumble in week 1, but the Commanders looked polished and prepared. That speaks volumes about Dan Quinn's leadership and the culture being built here. Second, the offense is already evolving. Daniels isn't just carrying the team, he's spreading the ball around, leaning on the run game, and building chemistry with new weapons. That's growth. Third, the defense is still nasty. Holding Russell Wilson to 6 points? That's a statement. This isn't just an offensive team, this is a complete football team. Of course, one win doesn't make a season. Bigger challenges are on the horizon. Starting with Thursday Night Football in Week 2 against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. That will be a huge test in a hostile environment. But if Jaden Daniels is already in midseason form, and if this defense continues to smother opponents, Washington is going to be a problem for every team in the NFL. When Washington made the move this offseason to trade for Debo, fans and analysts alike knew it was bold. He wasn't just coming here to be another target, he was brought in to change the very identity of the offense. And on Sunday, he showed us why. Midway through the fourth quarter, Debo Samuel took a reverse sweep handoff from Jaden Daniels, turned the corner, and powered into the end zone for his first touchdown as a Commander. The crowd at Northwest Stadium erupted. 21-6, game pretty much sealed, and the Giants left stunned. But that run was only the exclamation point. Debo had already been carving up the Giants secondary all night. 7 catches, 77 yards, averaging over 11 yards a grab, and moving the chains in clutch moments. This wasn't just a receiver running routes. This was a weapon dictating how New York had to defend. One of the most encouraging signs? The instant chemistry between Samuel and Daniels. Daniels targeted him 10 times, the most of any Commander in the game. That tells us something. Trust.
For a quarterback entering his second season, trust is everything. Daniels already has a proven connection with Terry McLaurin, but with Terry working his way back to top game shape after his offseason contract standoff, someone needed to step up immediately, and Debo answered. Every time Washington needed a spark, Daniels looked Samuel's way. A big 21-yard grab in the first half to extend a drive. A tough catch over the middle in traffic. Then that signature end around that reminded everyone of the Debo we saw dominate in San Francisco. What's clear is this. Daniels already feels comfortable leaning on him in critical moments. That kind of bond, built this early, could be the foundation of an offense that becomes one of the most balanced in the NFC. Debo's presence isn't just about his own production. His very role on the field opens up opportunities for others. Think about it. With defenses forced to account for Samuel's versatility, whether he's lined up wide, in the slot, or motioning into the backfield, it stretches the defense thin. That means more one-on-one matchups for Terry McLaurin. It means Noah Brown can exploit softer coverages, and it gives rookie Jalen Lane the chance to grow into the offense without being thrust into a role too big, too soon. And then you add the ground game into the mix. Washington ran for 220 yards in the opener, with Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt breaking out for 82 yards and a touchdown on just 10 carries. Veteran Austin Eckler chipped in his usual production, too. When you put it all together, Samuel in the passing game, a deep stable of backs, and Daniels' ability to both throw and run, you're looking at an offense that can beat you in just about every way imaginable. Now, some might say it's just week 1, don't get carried away. But here's why this debut matters. It sets the tone. Last year, Washington shocked the NFL by making a run to the NFC title game. Nobody expected it, but they proved they belonged. The question all offseason was, could they build on it? Could they avoid the dreaded one-year wonder label? By bringing in Debo Samuel, GM Adam Peters and head coach Dan Quinn made it clear they weren't satisfied. They wanted a proven star who could give Daniels another dimension. And if Sunday was any indication, they got exactly what they paid for. Debo didn't just fit in, he changed the entire rhythm of the offense. He gave Washington swagger, he gave Daniels confidence, and he gave fans a glimpse of what could be one of the most explosive duos in the NFC East. Here's the bottom line. Jaden Daniels is already one of the NFL's most exciting young quarterbacks. His 233 passing yards and 68 rushing yards against New York showed he hasn't lost a step from his Offensive Rookie of the Year campaign. But every quarterback needs that security blanket, that guy you know will make the play no matter the situation. For years, McLaurin has carried that role, and he'll continue to be an essential figure once he's fully back to speed. But in Debo Samuel, Daniels has another trusted weapon, a versatile playmaker who can score from anywhere on the field. Imagine what this offense looks like when both Samuel and McLaurin are clicking at full force. Add in Ertz in the red zone, Brown stretching defenses, and Kroski, Merritt, and Eckler pounding the rock. This isn't just a good offense. This has the potential to be special. Beating the Giants is always sweet, but this wasn't just about spoiling Russell Wilson's New York debut. It was about Washington sending a message to the rest of the NFC. Last year wasn't a fluke. Holding the Giants to just 6 points, outgaining them by 200 yards, and doing it with contributions from new and returning stars shows balance. It shows growth. And most importantly, it shows this team is hungry. Dan Quinn has this group believing. Cliff Kingsbury is dialing up the right plays. And now with Debo Samuel in the mix, there's an edge to this offense we didn't see last year. Commanders fans, what a way to start the year. A dominant win over a division rival, Jaden Daniels looking like a superstar, Debo Samuel showing exactly why he was brought here, and a defense that once again proved it's among the league's best. The message is clear. Washington isn't just chasing last year's magic, they're building something even bigger. Now, I want to hear from you. What impressed you the most about Week 1? Was it Daniels' poise, Debo's explosion, Kroski Merritt's emergence, or the defense shutting down Russell Wilson? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and make sure to subscribe to Commanders HQ so you never miss an update all season long. We're just getting started, and trust me, it's going to be one incredible ride.